Shalom Akim. First and foremost, give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachak Wadash, double honors under the Elders, Apostles Great Millstone, the Elders Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect. Their sincere servants to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, serving him in truth and sincerity. Yes, on the brother Chayaba from Z-Man's Plain Tales Camp, coming back with another lesson due spirit. Yeah, so lesson will be based off of course, recently, pretty much you had Trump and, that Zelensky meeting, which, at this point, it's all over YouTube, it's all over the news. If you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you go watch it. I'm not going to play the video, but, well, hey, man, when you watch the video, obviously it's, you can tell that, there's higher powers at play, that there's people above Trump and that there's people above Zelensky. These guys are nothing more than just frontmen, and they're simply just mascots for the elite, for the ones above them. These guys work for what? Again, for the elites. So it says, with Ukraine's future in the balance, it says a high-stakes meeting on Friday between President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, it says, devolved into a shouting match. The stunning exchange before cameras and before cameras and one unlike any other in the Oval Office in modern times, saw Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance rebuke Zelensky for its handling of the war, again falsely blaming the Ukrainian leader for a conflict that began when Russia's Vladimir Putin launched a full-scale invasion. Yeah, it says Zelensky was in Washington to sign an agreement that would give the U.S. access to Ukraine's mineral resources, but that was before boiling tensions exploded into public view as Trump and Vance accused Zelensky of being disrespectful toward the United States and the Trump administration. Yeah, so pretty much, well, of course, there's being division. There's division amongst Esau. Esau, Edom, of course, being the so-called white man according to the scriptures. So, of course, Esau is the main enemy of Jacob, which Jacob, of course, his name is changed onto Israel. So Jacob is referring onto the Israelites. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which of course match up today to be the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, as well as those scattered amongst the Israelites scattered amongst the other nations. So they might have the appearance of the other nations, but again, it's through your bloodline, what you are, through your father's, of course, through your lineage on your father's side, your paternal lineage. Which, of course, we don't have the documents that go all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but we go through the spirit, if you're able to get this truth, and what you have, first and foremost, if you're able to understand this truth and follow it and keep it, then you are an Israelite, because no heathen has the ability to do that. They're not hardwired to do that. But yeah. But what? So Esau is the main enemy of Jacob, but even within Esau, the Lord has aware, within, of course, the tribes of Esau, there's going to be a lot of infighting. There's going to be a lot of internal conflict even amongst Esau. There's, of course, even at the top, with the elite international bankers, there's disagreements happening. Why? Because that's prophesied. Let's go ahead and get Matthew chapter 12 and 24. It says, but we can start verse 23, it says, and all the people were amazed and said, this is not the son of David. Yeah, because Yahushua just got done, of course, when you read up, healing. Yeah, it says then, so verse 22, it says, then was brought unto him one possessed with the devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. It says, and all the people were amazed. Yes, so Yahushua just got done doing a miracle. Yeah, and what he healed, of course, the individual. Or it says, then was brought unto him one possessed with the devil, blind and dumb, and he healed them insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. Yeah. So Yahushua just got done doing a healing, a miracle. It says, verse 23, and all the people were amazed and said, is this not the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, this fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. Yeah, so they're accusing Yahushua because he was able to cast out evil spirits, that he was pretty much a devil himself. That's, what they were the Pharisees were trying to accuse him of. Verse 25, it says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Yeah, and there you have it. See? So what? Yeah, of course, right here, Yahushua rebuked the Pharisees, for saying that. Because what? It says, if Satan cast out Satan, he's divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Yeah, and ultimately, so yeah, it clearly makes no sense for Satan to cast out Satan, showing you that, Yahushua, again, is the son of the Most High. But what? Yeah, the point is that if Satan casts out Satan, he's divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Yeah, so, and that's the point. Of course, we know the physical counterpart of Satan to be Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Scripture saying in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8, how the wicked shall be revealed. The one who's after the workings of Satan. And when you look at the word for wicked, it's a capital W, which it goes into, of course, it's referring on to a certain group of people, which are the Edomites. That's what it was referring on to. Yeah, so it says, and if Satan casts out Satan, he's divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Yeah. So what's Satan's kingdom? The physical counterpart of Satan, which is Esau, he's in his kingdom right now. He's ruling. And no, of course, even though America is the main, or, the pretty much Esau's top country right now, of course, as we're speaking. Of course, America isn't the only Edomite nation. Of course, you have countries within Europe. Of course, and you got countries within Asia, such as Russia and Ukraine. So what? Currently, Esau is the one who's in power right now. Not just, of course, America is the main nation, but you have Russia, you have the European nations, and so on and so forth. But right now it's happening where Esau is being divided amongst himself. So, and again, even though this meeting is, some WWE type stuff. I mean, really, you can just, you can tell that these guys, at the end of the day, Trump has no power. Zelensky have no power. Again, they're working for the elites, the ones above them. But the point is that this shows you that there's still, or of course, there is a division amongst Esau. That's why you have the up and coming anticipated, which will happen very, very soon. Of course, it's right around the corner. This Russian and American war, which is Esau against Esau. And the scriptures say how they're going to turn their back on the whore representing America. These other countries will turn their back upon America, the whore, Babylon the Great, including other Edomite nations within the EU and NATO. They will turn their back on the whore. That's what's prophesied, World War III. These other nations making an alliance with one another to take down this place. So what is that? That's saying being undivided against himself. So his kingdom will not stand. Mark chapter 3 and 23 says, and he called, it says, and he called them unto him, and said unto them in parables, how can saying cast out saying? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against himself, that house cannot stand. And if saying rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. See? And hey, this meeting right here shows you that prophecy coming into play without a doubt. Esau against Esau. At one point they're helping one another, but now they're turning against one another. So hey, this right here is prophecy being fulfilled. Oh yeah, of course, within our article it says, so scrolling down, skipping down a little bit, it says, after boxing Ukraine and Europe out of its initial peace talks with Russia, Trump is continuing to claim Ukraine doesn't have the cards right now. You're gambling with World War III, Trump told Zelensky as they talked over each other in the Oval Office. Yeah, of course, Trump's, making that hand symbol, showing you that, of course, but he's a part of it. He's a part of that secret society. JD Vance making that symbol, I don't know, might be something intentional, who knows. But hey, it says you're gambling with World War III, Trump towards Zelensky. And World War III, what happened? The scriptures prophesy about World War III all throughout the scriptures, man. Ultimately, what? Babylon the Great being destroyed and these other nations shooting their arrows. Arrows, of course, being symbolic within the scriptures. When you look it up to the modern day times, the arrows are without, of course, the missiles, the nuclear missiles. That's the modern day arrow. Scriptures say how they're going to be shot from the ends of the earth onto Babylon the Great. Ends of earth meaning from these other countries, literally from the other side of the world, the planet. So hey, that's what's happening. It says the American president then seemed to deliver a kind of ultimatum to the Ukrainian leader, who he said was not in a very good position. You're either going to make a deal or we're out, Trump said, and if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. And yeah. So hey, World War III, what happened? By the way, Trump cannot save America. The scriptures prophesy America's doom. And no president can stop its up and coming future. Very, very, very near future. And hey, we are at the future, man. We're here. We're at the point where Babylon the Great will be destroyed. And of course, Yahushua will come back to deliver his the elect Israelites from that destruction. Yahushua, of course, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, his true name being Yahushua, according to ancient Paleo Hebrew. Jesus, it would be impossible for his name to be Jesus because the letter J didn't exist until 1524. And Yahushua was born in Hebrew. English didn't even exist 2,000 years ago. Of course, so obviously he had a Hebrew name. But hey, that's the point. Yahushua will, of course, he's going to save his elect from that upcoming destruction. And what? He will help destroy Babylon Great by sending his chariots to emit high concentrated fire upon it. And what he's going to send his chariots to deliver his elect. That's what his brothers hope to be a part of. And few sisters out there. Of course, within his truth. Laboring and serving Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. So yeah, I believe that's a point. Just want to bring that out real quick. Saying is coming up against Satan. Showing you that what his kingdom, the fall of his kingdom is very, very near. What Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. World meaning era. Esau's era is at its, hey, we're at the end of Esau's era, and we're at the very, very near beginning, or what, pretty much where Jacob's kingdom will begin, which is again Yahushua coming back, taking down these other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, of course, taking down the rest of the heathen and delivering his elect, the elect Israelites, and setting them up over these other nations, giving them power, new bodies, perfect bodies, as the scriptures say. The second covenant kicking in. No more the hearts of stone, but the hearts of flesh, meaning a perfect mind, and a perfect body, meaning that we're never going to have the ability to sin or transgress against the law again. So yeah, that's the beginning of Jacob's world, and we're at the end of Esau's world. So Lord's will, you blessed to the edify. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakwadash Prophet Thumb. Shalom.